So this is the third and the final video on the 14 self-defeating beliefs identified by Albert Ellis. The 11th limiting belief is that events of my past are responsible for my attitude and my behavior today. So as much as it is true that the past shapes us, or the past influences our current belief system, it doesn't necessarily dictate our current belief system. Someone said this, it said that even though our past has influenced us, we don't necessarily have to remain a prisoner to our past. So whatever the situation, whatever may have happened to you in your past, it doesn't necessarily have to now determine your current attitude. You are in control of your current attitude. You can go back into the past events, remembering the past events, and take out the true meaning, or rearrange how you see those events, and then begin to live on your own new construct. You don't necessarily have to be bitter just because you've had a bitter past experience, or you don't necessarily have to be not trusting because you have been betrayed in the past. So your past events do not necessarily determine your current beliefs or your current attitudes and your current behavior. The 12th limiting belief is that my future outcomes will be similar to my past outcomes. As much as the past does not dictate our current attitudes and our behavior, so also the events of the past do not necessarily have to repeat itself. More often than not, when we find the past repeating itself, it's really because we have not really unlearned and relearned and learned new things. It's because we are just repeating the same things of the past. So the past and the future are not equal, or the future does not equate the past. You can begin to change that by changing your belief system, by changing the actions that you take. So don't accept that belief that the future will be a repetition of the past. The 13th limiting belief is that belief that says I should not feel any form of discomfort or pain. Now, there are those who feel this way and feel like pain, I don't want to have any feeling of pain. I don't like the feeling of pain. I don't like the feeling of sadness. I don't want to have those kind of what in popular parlance we say the negative vibes. And because of that, we want to avoid pain, we want to avoid discomfort, we want to avoid any such thing. Now that is normal, because there are two major things that really drives us. We are driven towards pleasure and we're driven away from pain. But can I say this? Pain is a part of the process. Have you ever heard that statement, no pain, no gain? It takes pain to create character, and sometimes character is required for where you are going to. So that belief that says I don't want to experience any discomfort or any pain is a belief that can be self-defeating sometimes, because it will make you do things. You may get into new relationships because you don't want to experience pain. You just went through a process and you're experiencing a heartbreak, or you are having a situation, a tight situation. Rather than learn and say what's the meaning, what are the things I can learn from these events, you just want to shut out the pain, and by doing that you may just be limiting yourself. And the final limiting belief identified by Ellis is that someone out there should be completely responsible for me. Now it could be the feeling or the thought that maybe the government, a family member, the society owes you and should be responsible for you. Sometimes this could be even in a positive way. It could be seeking this from a politician, from a therapist, from your doctor, whoever, and someone out there should take total responsibility for me. Now, one important thing in life is take responsibility for yourself. Even if you go see a therapist, be involved I mean, you could see a therapist, you could go through the process. I hope you found this useful, and going through all the 3 series, can you identify a limiting belief you may have had all this while and not be aware of? Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you don't get to miss out on any of our subsequent videos.